Hello. I was going to start merhaba. As you know, this is hello in Turkish. Welcome to Dizi Kere Dizi, and here we are to talk about the 37th episode of Menajerimi Ara with our lovely dear Evin. Welcome again.
So nice to be here again.
Yes, you probably missed us, right? It's been like 12 hours. Yeah. Well, the episode was just so epic. Like it was probably one of the best so far. Probably. So we cannot get enough of talking about it.
Exactly. I would talk about it in all languages if I could.
Do you speak any other languages? Can we do this in Italian or French? Okay, perfect. Let's do it in French as well. Tomorrow in French.
Tomorrow in French. The other day in Italian.
Okay. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Oh, I'm Jay. It's been a long time. Yeah, because it's been a long time since we did a broadcast in English. Of course. Yeah.
We'll do it more often now.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Yes.
So, okay, it was a really, really good episode from head to toe, like all over. Really good. Exactly. Chef's kiss, exactly. The new writers are just really playing their tricks now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just now starting to deliver finally, because they really had us scared for a while with episodes 35 and 36. But now this feels like, okay, now they've really gotten to know the characters and adapted to the whole tone of the show and what we want as fans and what's been happening for so many episodes. So I feel like now they're really adapting to the whole vibe of it. Yeah.
Now, which is so expected. I mean, exactly. we were already ready to forgive them for first 2 episodes, but still, I mean, we were not ready to forgive Irem.
No way. No.
I cannot forgive that.
No forgive and forget for her.
Oh, anyway, so well, this episode was again really high in tempo, just like the last 2. We've seen so many famous cameos come and go and hang out all episode. It was really fun, but I think the most satisfying part for most of us was the beach bar scenes that we've been waiting for 9 months.
Oh, I know. It was so amazing on so many levels. There's much to cover there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MJ says, I'm so happy that you're covering this episode. It's one of the best. Exactly. We couldn't have let this go without talking about it.
Exactly.
And also because we don't have a new episode this week. So
yeah. And I mean, I'm sure you do too. I see the international fans tweets on Twitter too, and how excited you guys are. And it's so nice to be able to actually interact and talk about it together. It's really nice.
Yeah, totally. So where do you want to start? Where do we start?
Should we just dive in for the Dijbar content, or do you want to wait a little bit until some more people join us? Or
I think we can go just like yesterday. We can start from the beginning and then go on like that. At the beginning of the episode, last week, we left Dicle finding that stupid blog post printed out to be given in Comic Sans.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah, please, literally. But Dicle was looking at the 2 of them last week. She was looking at them with a more let's say angry expression, and then this week she was like, what is this thing? Where did it come from? She was softer this week, and after that we saw that she didn't really want to believe that it could be Barış, and right after that Meral came into the scene. Thank God, finally.
Thank God, yes.
And what do you think about that scene overall?
Yeah, I feel like especially like with that little like reaction change and these like smaller lines that we got that really told like they made me think, oh, like we must have been heard, and so they maybe made some revisions to the script. I think maybe like some parts of this episode were revised to maybe make this confrontation between the genders happen a little bit earlier in the script because of how much fans reacted to these developments. But yeah, honestly, I'm just honestly so glad that we're done with the photo shoot thing, because I feel like it's been going on for like a year. The world's longest photo shoot ever.
Imagine he's shooting the photos for the poster for 3 days. Imagine how long it will take to shoot the actual movie. But
I don't wanna. No.
Really, like changing clothes all day, like trying out different clothes, like, and why? Like, why?
Exactly. Why? And why just this couple? Like, why wouldn't you have more people from the cast be there and like have alternate posters for the movie?
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
That's very weird.
Very. And we haven't seen anyone else from the cast. Like, who's gonna be the father?
Exactly.
Or mother or whoever. I don't know. Like, we don't know. We know nothing about the movie. Just that the director is like, oh, you have superb chemistry. But one of the like most stupid thing he said was like 5 minutes ago he says, oh, you have this great chemistry, show me your chemistry, etc. And 5 minutes later he says like, do you have something going on in between? Of course they have something going on in between. He looks at her like this. He hates her.
Sir, do you have eyes? Like, he was literally wiping his mouth. Like, in what world?
Literally, the director, SWAT, is like, no, he doesn't have an eye.
No, he doesn't.
MJ says it was the longest photo shoot ever, and Yelda says, and the poses were not related to the context of the movie at all, I think. Yeah, exactly.
Like they might have, like I wish they had done it like a rom-com or something, then at least it would have made sense. But like for this to be like a drama that's going to be like a comeback and it has a really hard-hitting story, but like that British also relates to a lot. It was very weird to have this like extreme, like sensual, weird, like weird photo shoot happening for
those colorful neon lights on the car. Like, what are you doing? What is that? What is the context? What is the context of this photo shoot?
Don't question it. I don't want to know the answer. I'm scared.
Really. Hi, Farah. Welcome. She says, I felt like they changed Dijbar's storyline due to the negative feedback they got from the viewers. We definitely think so.
Yeah.
We definitely agree with that. Like, because we've been reacting to it really bad for the last 2 weeks.
Very strongly. And I feel like the not using the hashtag and everything, that was like a very tangible way of showing how we feel about what's going on. And I mean, like, especially for Menajerimi Ara, it's a show that relies very heavily on social media traffic, I guess. And to have that kind of be cut off in reaction to what was going on is, I think that really said something. And also, I really like the fact that like we all kind of like jumped back on the episode hashtag after the episode was over, and it still got like so many tweets.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I know that's partly due to the international fans too, because I know that most of them they wanted to keep using the episode hashtag to show their support, and we're always so grateful when international fans are also like with us and like interacting and enjoying the show. It's really nice. I think, I don't know, like for me, like I eventually want to go into this business, and it's really nice to know that, you know, like even if I do something that's local and that's just going to be airing in Turkey, it's nice to see that like you get to interact with an international audience. It's really nice.
I'm in love with this international interaction because like especially as a Turkish person living in another country,
Yeah.
you too also, you like we experience these kind of like reactions firsthand sometimes.
Exactly.
And people have some kind of like wrong ideas about what life in Turkey is. But these dramas, these like TV shows, etc., they show what our life is like, and
Exactly.
it creates a positive uh, uh, positive kind of emotion, or I don't know, positive feelings.
Exactly. No, it really shows that like we're all like all over the world. I think we're all much more similar than we think, and like it's so nice to see like, I don't know, like people from all over the world relate to the feelings and like things that people are going through and wherever. It's really nice. Yeah.
Exactly. Turkish series are becoming what Korean series were like a few years ago.
True. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like a lot of our dramas right now are also like adapted from Korean dramas too. So it's kind of a bit of a loop there, but yeah.
Göksu says hi. Hi, Göksu. Welcome. She loves you.
Oh, I love you too. Hi.
Okay, so after the photo shoot ended, the director was still trying to create some chemistry
like,
between the lead actors. Exactly. Just leave it. But Barış managed to, snivel out of it.
Yeah, I love how Meral was like she just like appeared out of thin air and she was like, "Hi, he's with me." Sorry.
We had a plan.
Yeah.
No, that was perfect. It's so good to finally see the friendship blossoming between Meral and Barış.
Yes, I was so looking forward to like any interaction between Meral and Barış, because it's a dynamic that we don't really get to see often in Turkish TV, I feel like, right? Yeah. And to see them like have this like really nice friendship, and I don't know, I really hope like we get to see more of Meral and especially Aydın too, like both of them as individual characters. Obviously, I really love it, and I would love to see more Aymar content too. But to see them both more as like individuals and like who they are, what are they doing? Like, what is Aydın doing now that Serkan is gone? Is he what's he doing? I want to know.
Yeah, well, he's not working apparently.
I guess, right?
Or what happened to Berlin agency? What happened to it? Did Ceyda buy it as well?
I guess. I guess.
Well, Serkan said that he left everything he has to Melissa. So what did Melissa do?
I guess maybe probably Ceyda got that too, I want to say. I have no idea. See, like I feel like these are the stuff that they can clarify with like 1 or 2 lines.
I totally agree. MJ says, I agree, Meral and Aydın need storylines. Yes, finally this week we saw Meral saying hi, sending word to Aydın. So apparently it's coming very slowly, at a very slow pace, but it's coming. So let's talk about how Meral was checking up on Barış after Dicle talked about her doubts, let's say, or her suspicions. Not doubts, but suspicions. Dicle had to leave, but Meral stayed there, and she was all the time checking up on Barış to see how he's reacting. And she was totally right when she talked to Dicle, like there's nothing from Barış to.
Exactly. Yeah, I had my own thoughts about that, but you calmed me down last night. Yeah, definitely. I was like, that makes so much sense. I buy it.
Great. I'm happy to have convinced you. There was this scene where Meral and Barış got in the car, and Barış was trying to put on his seatbelt, and then İrem was passing by, and she was like, looking at throwing daggers. And then Meral was like looking at her and then looking at Barış to see his reaction, but there was no reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He was like, bye.
Yeah, Barış was perfect in this episode. He is the man. Barış Havas is the man.
Yeah.
Juliet says, in previous episodes, Serkan said Berlin and Ego started to work together, so it may be closed.
Oh, okay.
He moved the people from there to Ego?
So maybe Berlin became like a subsidiary of Ego, maybe Berlin is still like operating, but like under the name of Ego. So maybe then Jada is automatically the owner, or maybe Berlin is just closed and like Ego absorbed their clients or something.
Yeah, could be. Well, maybe we'll see it later on. Yeah. But it can be that, just like you said last night, it can be that they will take Aydın into Ego to work there.
Yeah.
And then everyone will be there working together like a big family.
I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes I'm not such a fan of like the entire cast of a show like being all in one place.
I don't like it.
It feels a little unreasonable. It's like I also don't like it when like the main character, the girl, has like best friends and all the best friends become girlfriends with the guys like best friends. And like that, I always find that very unlikely. That's not how it happens in real life. Like obviously in Diziland it does.
No, exactly. I find it really cheesy when all the cast is working in the same place.
Exactly. But we'll take it.
Yeah. Yelda says, how about the golf guy? Maybe he bought it. But Serkan, they closed that storyline very quickly. But Serkan said, apparently I played golf very well. So that means he didn't lose it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. That storyline was like open and shut. That was very fast. Could be. Why not?
It was so unnecessary too.
Yeah. I feel like that storyline was there for whether or not the show was gonna go on, or like, I feel like that was something else that they just like opened up, but then like they found out that it was going on or something, and like they were like, no, we didn't mean this. Never mind.
We didn't say this. Oh my god. Okay, so after that, what happened then? They
let me see. I have like the guest storylines like with Bala Atabek, who like the theater actress.
Yes.
And
by the way, she started doing this soliloquy in the street. It was so cool.
I was like, what is happening?
It was so cool, and then Kıraç was like not impressed. He went away.
He left.
People clapping.
That was so random.
Yeah,
that was such a random end to that whole storyline too. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it was funny, but it's cool that Kıraç realized that there was something more than what is seen to the eye. And then he confronted Bala. And what do you think about her? Like, she's better than me. I cannot take it.
That was so funny. I was actually like surprised. Like, I don't know if that's a plot hole, but or maybe like they're good managers, so they maybe convinced them. But I was like, okay, so like you've hated her for years. Like, you knew she was better than you. And like this, you have a history of thinking that she's better than you, and like she gets more applause and everything, but still you agreed to be with her in a play?
To make a fool of her?
Well, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. But Kıraç solved the issue. And after that, he was like, okay, you're out of the play. We're going to find someone else. But he didn't tell the whole story to Dicle. He just said, okay, Burcu continues, Bala is going.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to become a problem between Dicle and Kıraç in the future?
I think maybe not this specific lie, but the fact that Kıraç keeps lying to Dicle, especially because I feel like Çınar didn't say that line with like
Yeah.
4 things out of the 3 that come out of your father's mouth are lies.
It was a perfect line.
It was great. And then Kıraç and I were like, he made a joke, but Kıraç reacted very seriously to that. He was like, Çınar, like, no. So maybe, like, that made me think maybe, ooh, okay, like him lying about work, or maybe even more, is gonna become a thing between Dicle and Kıraç. But especially, I feel like what really is gonna become a thing between them is gonna be Ceyda, I hope. Because I feel like that's like Ceyda's outright trying to sabotage Dicle and like trying to get her fired, or like trying to get her to quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's very happy to be firing her at any given moment. And for Kıraç to know that she's like actively trying to sabotage Dicle's career, and then him still he's still going out with her. So I don't know if like what would happen when Dicle finds out about that.
Well, honestly, like it's not only Dicle that she's trying to sabotage, she's trying to fire everyone, including Kıraç. So
That's true.
They're all in the same boat. So it's a strange relationship between Ceyda and Kıraç. Okay, we can say that they have this wild passion that keeps them together. Okay, but how will they explain it to other people, especially Dicle? We'll see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then
by the way,
yes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
It looks like Ceyda's maybe catching some feelings though. Like it's clearly like Kıraç is in lust, but I feel like maybe Ceyda is feeling a little bit more now.
Yeah, Ceyda is really falling in love. Yeah. Starting from last episode, we saw how she ran to the door to get Kıraç in. Yeah. I'm glad that he was already gone.
Yeah.
Just stick with your plan, lady.
Exactly.
And then this week she was jealous of the casting agent that visited the agency. So yeah, apparently she's getting some feelings. But just like Farah asks, and also, what is the problem with Ceyda trying to ruin people's relationships? Exactly. And also, what does Ceyda want from Dicle? Like, why is she hating her so much?
No idea. I don't know, like if I missed like a line or something somewhere in there within the last like 5 or 6 episodes that Ceyda's been with us, or maybe they were too subtle about that. I don't know. Like it might be just like it went over my head. But I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. Like I have no idea what specifically she has, like what beef she has with Dicle. It's very hard to understand.
Something just stuck in my mind now. It just came now. What if Ceyda had a relationship with a budding actor, and it's the father of her daughter, but then they broke up, so it's kind of like a problem, like a trauma for her, and that's why she's like she doesn't want Dicle to be happy with a famous actor, budding famous actor. It's so stupid, but
interesting.
It's so like this. I know.
But why not?
Because it's so unreasonable. Like, why? It's her relationship. Like, what does it have? Okay, I can understand that she's putting a quota over everyone, that they have to do this monthly targets or yearly targets, whatever, quarterly, whatever. It's understandable because this is business, okay?
Of course.
But it's her relationship. Why do you want to ruin it? Like,
I have honestly I think it's just that she actively dislikes Dicle. Like I can think of no other reason. I think she maybe at first felt a little bit threatened, or maybe like, I don't want to say intimidated, but like she took notice of Dicle because she's so young and so talented, clearly. So maybe she was like, oh, like she's gonna become a threat in the future. Maybe like if I let her keep winning at things. But then that's still not a reason to be sabotaging her relationship, other than the fact that maybe like she thinks about it in a roundabout way, and like, oh, like if she's unhappy in her relationship, that's going to affect her work because she would still be working with British, and like blah blah, like maybe that's how, I don't know, that's still like a little bit flimsy.
Yep, very, really. Farah says, I think maybe she's jealous about other women. Yeah. MJ says, doesn't she think Dicle got the job because of Kıraç? Maybe that's part of why she's after her.
That might be it.
Maybe, but still, she's been at Ego for quite some time now, and she could see how Dicle has been working. So
exactly, yeah. I mean, although I feel like, but like Dicle has been making like some mistakes in the past like couple of episodes, which I find out of character. Honestly, I feel like that was another thing that the new writers were kind of like struggling with, because Dicle's not stupid. Even when she was an assistant, she was very much capable and competent and like proactive about her work. That I understand that she was overwhelmed with like the amount of stuff that she had to do all of a sudden, but still it feels a little bit like, it felt kind of out of character to me that she would struggle that much with like her actual tasks during the day.
I agree. I think they wanted to create this like big drama in the 35th episode with, you know, you have three but they wanted to make it seem very dramatic that you know, that she suffers, so that it makes it reasonable for Barış to change his mind. But yeah, really, it was so out of character to not be able to, for example, forgetting what the actress wanted for the photo shoot. Well, anyway, Yana says, I think she just thinks that she's not enough for the job yet, like she does not deserve it. Okay, that makes sense.
That's true, but that doesn't, like, she was still like against her very strongly, and like tried to butt in with the relationship when she was still an assistant, like the whole Belgrade thing. She tried to send Barış like abroad so that they couldn't be together anymore, and like she's constantly like pushing Dicle to choose between love and work, which maybe that might tie into what you said, actually. Maybe like her past demons are like from not being able to choose between love and work. So now she's making constantly, but Dicle's a modern woman, and like she can't do it all.
Yana says her looks when Dicle asked for an assistant, or when Kor got the job. Her actor. Okay, got the job. Ceyda seemed like happy, like smiling to me. I mean, when she asked for an assistant, it was okay. Like Ceyda was quite well with it.
And then when Onur got the job at the end, she was I don't want to say proud, because like Çınar was proud, but she was like, she was happy that Dicle also seemed to be like winning at work now.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
maybe we'll,
for a boss, like your boss would be happy, like any boss would be happy with any job well done. So.
Of course, of course. She gets the money. Okay, so maybe we'll see some redemption on Ceyda's side.
Any character gets some redemption at this point. I feel like most of the villains in Menajerimi Ara have been like beyond the point of redemption for no reason. Like Beren had so many chances to redeem herself, like so many, and yet
at the end, nothing. She just disappeared. Boom, disappeared just like that. Göksu reminds us to not to forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel, please. Don't forget.
Yes, guys. My kids.
Thank you so much. We're going to be doing definitely. We're going to be doing more content in English. Yes. Also, you can let us know what would you like to see us talking about.
Exactly. So. Yeah.
Okay, then after that we saw Barış going to fishing with Aydın.
I love their like the bro scenes. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so cute, and finally they remembered that Barış was famous, so yes. He had his fans coming along to take pictures with him.
Exactly. Oh, that was really nice. I think that's a nice touch to see like how much of actually lives sometimes struggle because of the fame.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. At the end, he was walking around with a cap and a shade.
The classic celebrity disguise.
Yeah. Exactly. He should have worn a mask.
Yeah.
And after that, he asked Aydın, like, do you think it's lying if I'm not telling her the truth? To Dicle.
Age-old question. I don't know. What do you think? Like, what do you think about the answer to that question?
Well, I think sometimes lying is necessary.
Yeah, I feel like Aydın had the right answer. Like, he was like, it depends on what you're hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it depends on what it's about.
Exactly. Something lying is okay. I lie too. We all do. We all do. But the intention is good, usually. Exactly. However, in this case, like, Barış didn't have anything to hide. Like, we know, I mean, he should have known how Dicle would have reacted to, him having an ex. I mean, she's not the jealous, crazy girlfriend type.
Exactly. That's so true. And I don't know. I feel like that was like another thing that really made me upset with like episode 35 and especially 36, because I was like, okay, but like this relationship, we've seen it like build up so much. It has really strong foundations. Like their love is like honestly so pure and healthy, and like it's built on like mutual respect and like boundaries and like, I don't know, like support. It's really nice. It's
personal space.
Exactly. It's something that we don't get to see often especially on Turkish television. So it's been built up really nicely. And I was like, oh, like this is such a disappointment, because Barış is not the kind of guy who would hide something this big from Dizi, because he would know that this would like ultimately hurt her and their relationship. And like, he's not the guy to risk that ever.
Yeah. And also, he's not a person to hide anything, because he's always so direct and in your face.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't take things, like even serious things, that seriously. That's been like the whole theme about his character, that he's so chill all the time. But I don't know, like it was very weird to see him be so secretive and like weird about it.
Yeah.
And then like even like, and then he started picking fights with her. Like I was like, no. No.
We don't do that here, boy. Yeah. They had some heated arguments, like out of nowhere. Like 1 second ago, she was sitting in his lap, and then the second later, they were just
what a badly written fight. Like I know that like the fandom really was like in love with it, because we finally got to see them like the heat between them in a different context. And so everyone was like, ooh, like adult Dijbar, ooh. But I was like, okay, yes, adult Dijbar is amazing. But like, if you look at the fight itself, like the lines and everything, it was completely out of nowhere. It had no basis. It was just like you're being a jerk. No, you're being a jerk. Okay.
I actually cannot be really that mad at Barış, because he says, okay, can I not choose my partner? Because he's also right in this, because he's an actor, and he should have a say in who he's gonna partner with.
Yeah,
However,
true.
the way he went with it.
Yeah. I was especially mad when he said, like, do your job, Dijan, and like do your job for like what was it? Like, don't do your job just for the sake of doing it. Like, actually, like, pay attention or something like that. And I was like, you do not say that. Like, you did not just say that. Those words.
Exactly. That was very exactly. That was very out of character.
Yeah,
it
because
was not buddish.
Better than anyone how much Dizi works and like how seriously she takes her job. And he even said, like, I'm your biggest fan, like I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. For someone who says those things to then go around like do this, it was so illogical.
Exactly. Farah says the same. To be honest, the storyline is really illogical. If he didn't tell her, Iram could tell her anytime. Exactly. And then he had to, wait outside the restaurant, walking around the bushes to see what they are talking about. Like, please.
That was ridiculous. And then like after that, Dizi comes and literally tells you that Irem told her about an ex-boyfriend who was like, I was like, now you know she's talking about you to her. Like, are you still gonna let Dizi be in this position? Like, sir,
do you think
what's happening?
Do you think he understood that it was him? I think he didn't understand it.
I think he must have. I feel like that talk with Irem outside the restaurant, and he was like I'm not gonna let you hurt Dicle. And then to find out that like she's been talking about this ex-boyfriend, like who misunderstood some things, and like there was this big I feel like he would have at least like been super suspicious about it.
I mean, I would have been. Right? I would have been.
I would be like, oh no.
But thinking about how men think, he might have thought that Irem was talking about the guy that she was with in Amsterdam and that she left her for whom she left him for.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I couldn't get out of the sentence.
Yeah. That might have been it. Yeah, maybe he was like, oh, like it was such a big love that like she was talking about that. Yeah, that might have been it. That's true.
Oh well, anyway.
Yeah. But either way, I was like clearly they're just getting super close with Irem. Like they're talking boy stuff and like they're getting closer. Why aren't you doing anything? Because you don't know. Like Irem's a loose cannon. Like you don't know what she's gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big risk, and finally he decided not to hide anything anymore because he realized the risk is too big, and he didn't decide it because someone else told him so. He decided it. He thought it, and he understood the way he should go himself, which shows how much he improved in his last month.
Character growth. We love to see it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but they did a really good job with like tying all of the loose ends with that like confrontation between them at the end of the episode. Like it was like completely Barish's own idea and like his own wish to talk to her. And it wasn't like Dizi found out and she brought it up and then he was like he got on the defensive about it. Like it was all him. He initiated that conversation. It was really good to see that was also like something else that made me think that this episode had been revised a little bit based on our feedback, because like everything that we've been worried about and like expressed our like discontent about it, they were all like specifically addressed and kind of just like fixed with that confrontation. So that was really good to finally see between them.
Fixed and glued.
Yes.
Glued like the puzzle pieces. After that, like we saw these bar scenes first in that was before actually the elevator scene. Okay, that was before.
We'll take it back to the episode, like start of the episode. Yeah.
What happened in that elevator? Like how many couples just had some moments in that elevator.
Wow. Wow.
It's such a tiny elevator.
It's the closed space trope.
Oh yeah.
I really like, at first I was thinking, oh, like the elevator is gonna be like Jada and Crutch's thing because of the whole like getting locked up in it.
Yeah.
But then like I think they decided to do it, like turn it into a romance setting. But it was really nice. I wish the I don't know if you saw on Twitter, but like apparently like some of the kisses have been cut down a little bit in the episode, like because they upload the episodes to a different to an international platform.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure like what's the website or anything, but like wherever they upload them to, they like the kisses are longer, and like they sometimes like cut out some dialogue or whatever, and like I was really upset to see, and like I kind of wish like I had brought this up last night with the Turkish live stream too, but like the kiss at the end, like at the end of the confrontation, that's been cut like the way we saw it, like, and then you could tell that it was cut because like the music jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would have been fine with like not having the elevator kiss, or like having one less kiss from the episode, but getting that in full, because I feel like that last kiss being cut kind of took away a little bit from the like the emotional intensity of that moment. Like we needed to see that kiss between them, like that was like them coming back together and like such raw emotion, and that was really upsetting. But yeah.
I totally agree. I'm so sad about it too.
Yeah.
At least they could have given it for like internet special scene or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclusive. Yes. Give us some exclusive content. Yes. We deserved it. Göksu says elevator drama show, actually. No, really. Jada and Crutch like took the first steps in the elevator. Barış and Dicle had elevator moments, and also Arzu and Çınar had the first kiss in elevator as well. Let's see who's going to be the next.
Yeah, let's
couple.
I feel like the elevator is like the mistletoe of this show. Like if you're in the elevator, it's when you have to have something happen.
Oh God. And it's not only around Christmas; it's whole year round.
Exactly. Or it's, oh my gosh, it's like 7 minutes in heaven.
Oh yeah.
You know that game?
Oh girl, it's the elevator to heaven, like the stairway to heaven. Okay, so we had quite a lot of cute Dizi Bar moments. Let's start with, okay, we talked about the elevator scene a bit. Barış invited her to dinner. Well, invite doesn't really fit in here because he decided to prepare the food in Dicle's place, actually, which is actually Ferris's house.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to me that they just literally settled in the house that belongs to Ferris.
Yeah, I found it really interesting that Ferris was like, I want you to live there, like not just like go and water the plants, but like straight up live there.
That was so stupid, to be honest.
I was like, okay.
I'm not gonna.
You could save on the rent, like Ferris. What are you doing? Yeah. Honestly, like I'm not that mad about it because I really love the vibe of the place, and I feel like it suits like this new like adult Dizi Bar a little bit better than either Dicle's or Barış's house.
Yeah.
So like I'm not mad about it. I like the apartment.
We turn a blind eye to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of Barış and his master chef skills?
Oh my gosh, that scene was so adorable, and like obviously like he's dreamy. He's the dream guy. I think, at least for me. Like I want a Barış Havas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Where do we send the papers?
Right? Yeah. Where do I apply for a Barış Havas? But yeah, that was really cute, and I don't know. It's really nice to see him like do all these like cute, like taking care of Dicle moments, like with like the picnic and what was it, the 23rd episode? And I don't know. It was just, it's really cute, and it's so nice to see Dicle react to them afterwards, like because you know that like she's had a rough go at life, and like she's been taking care of herself for so long, and I don't know. It's so nice to have her like be surprised and like delighted to see like that like someone else made the effort for her. It's so cute.
Exactly. And the effort was really cute too. Also, not only about the dinner, but also the next day when Barış and Meral worked together to help Dicle out with her workload and, take out the program and everything. It was so good. So like really nice, sweet.
Absolutely. And like, I think like it doesn't make me think that like, oh, like sometimes in different shows, like you get the feeling that like, oh, all these like side characters or like the romantic interests or like they're all doing stuff to like serve the main character, but then the main character sometimes comes off as like ungrateful. I never feel that way here because like that Dicle would do so much more in a heartbeat for all of them.
Yeah.
Like, so it's really, and like we've been seeing that throughout the show, and to see Dicle get something back in return, like to get that affection and love that she deserves, it's so nice.
Exactly, like that's what I felt too. All through the show, we saw Dicle helping out everyone, running to whoever it is when they needed help. Dicle was always there. So now that really some people are paying it back to her, it's really good to see.
Yeah.
Farah says he told her in the elevator, "I want to have dinner with you. Why did she bring Meral?" You are so right.
You're so right. That's so true.
It's like she did it on purpose. Like, couldn't Meral stay in that house one more night?
Right? Honestly, like that's so true. I think that might actually be a bit of a plot hole, actually, because it like, and then she comes in and she's like, you did the you like set up the table for me, and she's not necessarily like surprised about the dinner, but like the table part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, he told you that was gonna, like you guys were having dinner tonight. But like now this makes even more sense. Like it wasn't supposed to be a surprise to her, so why would she bring it?
But poor Barış, whenever he puts the effort to have some, alone time with Dicle, and whenever he lights the candles, he is surprised with someone else tagging along. Surprise!
I think Barış is just gonna, like, after this, he's just gonna like collect all the candles in the house and throw them away. Like they're just like not good news.
And now he has a personal problem with candles. Oh my God, poor boy.
Yeah.
Really.
But he still got lucky at the end of the night, so it worked out in his favor. And there was someone to help him clean the dishes in the morning, so win-win.
He apparently didn't sleep in the night because he woke up, cleaned up, and did the program for Dicle, went out, bought flowers, and it was still 8:45.
Yeah. What time did you wake up?
5.
And like honestly, like in my head, I do not believe that Barış like is a morning person. And we haven't seen him be a morning person either. Like he loves his sleep.
Yeah, he's very grumpy in the mornings, actually. Whenever we saw him wake up in the morning, he was always grumpy. So where does this energy comes from?
I guess true love makes you be a morning person sometimes.
Or a good sex.
No, that's true.
So Barış came in the morning to a sleeping Dicle and cue the cutest moments.
So
Really, he was so sweet, bringing in the flowers in the morning. But then all of their mood, like oh my god, I'm so late, let's get ready. He's like, oh come on, so you're cute like this, stay undressed. Going back to bed.
I love that dynamic between them where they just like, I have to, oh my god, all the time, and British is just like, let's stay here, like stop and smell the roses, it's fine. And he's like, what roses, go.
It was really, really sweet, cute.
Yeah, very cute.
I like that. Yeah, I liked all their scenes.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, like in last night's the Turkish live stream too. Like, it's so nice to see like this couple with such easy physical intimacy. I think it makes that relationship look so much more real for all of us.
Yeah,
like seeing them not like shy away from any contact or like do any of the things that like normal couples would do. I don't know. It's like that like easy chemistry. It's so nice to watch, and like it's in no small part due to like Ahsen and Denizcan's incredible acting. They've been going above and beyond. I feel like I'm proud of them.
They're our babies. But yeah, really, I mean, this is the reason why we love Dizi Bar so much. For months, we've been following them, following their every move. We've been, pressing about about the way their relationship goes, because they have been so realistic, and natural.
Like other couples, yeah.
I mean, I don't see it any different from any of my relationships, or I don't know, like it could have been me.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. Like they're the sort of couple that like you can find in your own friend group, or like if you went out and like saw a couple on a date, like it could easily be them. So like they're very much from real life. So that's really, it sets them apart in my eyes at least.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why it really angers me when I see like, oh, real love should be tested or whatever. Oh no.
And we don't should be tested. Hasn't this specific love been tested like 8,000 times already? Like,
please,
these are like this. It's love. It's true love. Like, okay, we're done. It's done.
None of us have these, triangle over triangle over triangle in our relationship. It just doesn't happen.
Exactly. It doesn't happen. Like any conflict that you have, like it's so much more internal, or like, I don't know. I feel like most of the couples that like I know, or like in my own relationships, like it's very rarely about like external circumstances. It's mostly about like who you are and like what your own baggage is, and like what you bring to the relationship, and like, I don't know. So in that sense, I guess maybe writers feel, or maybe producers actually feel, that sort of conflict won't attract attention. But
they cannot be any more wrong than this.
Exactly. Like we all watch, I don't know, to me, like as a future like filmmaker, like screenwriter myself, hopefully, yes.
Hopefully.
It's so stupid to me to see like this insistence on like exciting plot over deep and like well-written internal or interpersonal relationships, because like we watch all these stories because of the human connection and like the relationships and the characters. I like very rarely choose the content I consume like based on the plot. I will most likely be like drawn to the characters, or like, ooh, like that's an interesting dynamic. I want to see more of that. And to just like have everything reduced to like shock value after shock value, it's so frustrating for the viewer, because you don't get to like deepen your connection to these characters. And if you can't relate to the characters anymore, then why are you watching it?
Exactly. You summarize it so well. Thank you so much. I'm gonna kiss your forehead. Sevgi says the Last Supper with Merve and Evan for me. Who is the Judas? Judas. MJ agrees with us. She said, he or she, I don't know. Characters over plot from me too. Yes. exactly. I mean, if I don't like a character, his or her storyline does not interest me. I'm just not interested.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, like we love Meral and Aydın, so now like I want to see plot, like now because I like those characters, now I'm interested in the plot for them. But like I don't like Irem, so I have no interest in the plot for her. So like
zero.
Exactly. Yeah.
Zero interest. Exactly. Okay, so after that, we saw a day full of work for Dicle. Because they have been trying to find an actor to play the character of Istanbul at La Casa de Papel. Why I cannot say this? La Casa de Papel.
Yeah, you did
it. Oh yeah. So they had these 3 actors and 3 great actors that we love a lot.
Exactly.
Onur Büyüktopçu. Oh, he's so great. You probably know him from Kiralık Aşk, just like everyone else.
Every one of us, yeah. He's so amazing. What a presence he has, honestly. Like, I love to watch him and whatever he does.
Exactly. So he was playing this this actor who turned into a social media phenomena. And then we had Çağrı Çıtanak from, well, lastly he's in Sen Çal Kapımı.
Yeah.
Oh, we love him so much.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and he was this actor who had a lot of phobias. Well, not a lot of phobias, but he was just afraid of heights.
Yeah.
And he had to climb.
Yeah.
Well, they were asking quite a lot of things from the actors, like juggling.
Like, everything else I could figure out, but I was like, juggling. Huh.
Yeah, why? I cannot juggle to save my life.
No, I have zero hand-eye coordination. I would be like, well, no way.
Well, I tried indoor climbing, so I could be okay with that. But juggling, oh well. Anyway, and the third one was an actor who had a crazy wife.
who had family issues.
Oh my god, crazy wife, and he was not afraid of riding a motorcycle, but he was afraid of his wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had there were so many how to say this, jokes, like
references and
cultural references, a lot of them. I don't know how they were translated and how much you could get, especially for our international viewers. So could you, it would be great if you could write us which jokes were really, oh my god, I laughed so much.
what resonated with you guys, and what kind of, I guess it's hard to say if some of the jokes didn't land, they didn't land, and that's sometimes that's the problem with international comedy. Sometimes the references don't always translate.
Yeah.
But they're doing a really good job, the new writers, with both the agency scenes and the guest stuff, but also the references they bring into very current TV shows and current events. A lot of very subtle jokes about those things, and it's really fun as a the Turkish audience to watch. But yeah, hopefully most of those things also translate to you guys too.
Yeah, I hope so. By the way, the people who translate the episodes into English and into other languages like Portuguese or Italian or whatever, they're doing an amazing job.
Absolutely.
I'm amazed at it's really difficult, by the way, because I try to write these subtitles to some of our broadcasts, translate and write subtitles. It is an incredibly difficult job. It takes hours. It's not easy.
It's not easy at all. I've tried some like subtitling work and like also like a lot of translations for like pocket money while I was in college. But yeah, it's definitely like translating, especially like something non-academic or like non-journalistic. Like it's very difficult to translate like conversational language. So yeah, kudos to those people who are like out there translating. We love you guys for it. Yeah, like,
exactly. You're amazing, doing an amazing job. Yeah, there are also people on Twitter who live translate the episodes as they watch.
Like the brain power. I'm constantly amazed. That's so cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's really, really cool. Okay, so we had a lot of like funny scenes over there. There was one joke that I would like everyone to know, because the like most famous, most well-known, let's say, TV series that one of the new writers, Urash, wrote before, like some years ago, was called Ulan Istanbul. Maybe you also know it. I don't know.
You guys should watch it. It's an amazing show.
It was very funny. Yeah, very funny and very cleverly written.
Yeah.
So in one of the scenes, Kıraç is trying to record Murat looking at Istanbul. And he tells the actor to say to look at Istanbul as if he's saying like, "Ah, the one Istanbul," like, you know. It was a reference to his previous show, and it was quite cute. I want you all to understand that.
No, that one reference like stood out above all the rest. Yeah, it was so like, nicely done too. Like it fit so well with that scene.
Yep. Yeah. What did you think of the actor Onur, like, who is a phenomenon, who keeps giving
the
influencer?
His scenes were absolutely hilarious, I think. Like when he was showing like the toilet, it was like, you guys asked a lot about like what size my toilet was. It's just like a regular size toilet. Like I'm leaving a link right here. You can swipe up. That was so funny.
And it was so realistic because, oh my God, I'm so done with these influencers leaving a link for everything as like swipe up. Enough.
Exactly. And then like my favorite was the line where he was like I went to the bathroom, I took a shower, and then I was brushing my teeth, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I discovered this toothpaste. And I was like, what? It was like, you link below, swipe up. It was like just threw him the toothpaste like, through his window or something. It was like, oh.
He was hilarious. He was also
a good comedic actor too. Like,
so funny. He also tried to, include Dicle in his advertisement as well. You smile, show your teeth.
I
was like, but in the end, we saw him get in an accident. Because he was trying to record himself. He was trying to post a story.
Yeah.
So there goes the message.
Yeah.
Don't drive and post.
Yeah, don't drive and post. Don't drive and text. Don't drive and do anything with your phone. Be safe. Yeah. But like it's a good message too, I think, like especially because they cater to a younger audience. I think like it's a good message to send out to, like it can be really dangerous, but also like, I was really not expecting it, especially because I was like, oh, like Dijbar had that confrontation, and then like they almost broke up, and then they didn't break up, and then like they got back together, and then they like had this really cute talk, and then there was like the lap sitting and the cuddling and everything. I was like, the episode is still not ending, so there's going to be something much bigger that's going to happen in the end, I guess. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, it's going to be the talk, and then that also happened, and I was like, Oh. Like,
What do we have now?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad. He got the role. I hope he was not
Like,
not injured seriously, exactly, so that he can still continue with the role, because maybe they're not gonna start shooting it so like next week.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like I think we touched on it last night too. I think maybe the plot there is going to be Dicle getting the actor who let Jada back, because she said that she had that connection with him like from a festival, and like she was like, I know how he thinks, like I know what he wants. So maybe it will end up being that guy, because like he was also like one of Netflix's first choices too.
Yeah, exactly. Sevgi says, why Dicle is not getting payments from Onur's Insta swipe ups? Swipe ups. Yeah, that's true. But maybe he did them himself, not his manager. So
yeah, that's true. Because maybe like I have no idea like how influencing works, but maybe because that's like his personal account and like him specifically getting that attention, so he gets all the money too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we have. I mean, we can come to the Dizi bar confrontation now, right?
Yeah.
Because
I'm ready.
It was what we've been waiting for the last 3 episodes, and finally we came. First, let's start with the balcony scene where Dicle gets out of the car, looks up, and sees her Romeo in the balcony. Oh my God, they're so cute. It was such a lovely scene. I really liked it.
Absolutely. I think they're like really stepping it up with like the cinematography in the latest episodes, like the shots and like the light is used really nicely. I really love how they use the light in the like the waking up scene too. It was like filtering through the window, kind of like hazy. It was really nice.
So soft and hazy. Exactly. It was very nice, and pinkish as well.
Yeah.
That could be because of the color of the walls of the room. Oh well, so Dicle comes up and she's upset because she learned that İrem was Barış's ex-girlfriend from Gül'in, Emrah, and Meral.
Yeah.
But Barış also was planning to talk to her.
Yeah. I really like that he decided to do like bite the bullet and just to talk to her. After like İrem was like, let me fight for you, and he was like, what the fuck? Like,
exactly.
He was literally like, ma'am, this is a McDonald's drive-thru. Like, I love that meme. It's an amazing meme.
Exactly. Oh, what fighting are you talking about? Like, you cannot come 1.5 years later and then say, oh, I'm gonna fight for you, I'm gonna win you back. No, bitch, it's done.
Yeah, and she's like, let me fight for you now. And he's like,
no.
No. Yeah, that was yeah. But no, like I really like that how like after İrem was like boldly putting it out there that they knew each other before, like from before, like, during the interview, he was like, oh, like she's going to be an actual problem, and like I'm not going to be able to like keep her silent about this. So like what I can do is actually like take action and talk to Dicle and like make sure like I don't risk this relationship. So it was really nice and like mature of him, which we love to see. We love character growth.
Exactly.
To really put that relationship first, like he said, like above his own interest, and like to finally talk to her. Yeah,
it's so good. And well, okay, he started to talk in a very in not a nice way. He's like, me and İrem, we what? No, you don't start talking about your ex like that. No.
I was like, I was saying us, like we. I was like,
don't go there.
And then, like, as soon as he starts talking that way, Dizi was like, I know. Like, she was just like, stop talking. I don't want to hear like those words come out of your mouth.
Exactly. And it's good that he didn't have to say it loud. Also, Dizi didn't need to hear it loud from Barış. And after that, the things he said, like, it was quite natural and just like how I would have expected him to say, like, well, it just happened like this. Like, I couldn't imagine where it would go, which is, okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Like, I really liked how they, like, that was just like really good writing. Like, I don't know. I talk a lot about the bad writing of this show. So like, I feel it now. It's my duty to talk about the really good writing. You know, like, credit where credit's due. Like, we talk a lot of shit and we say, like, I don't know, we criticize a lot, but it's also really important to talk about the good parts and what we really like.
Definitely.
So that, like, they don't also perceive the fans as just like hating on the show, because that would be insanity. Like, why would we hate something and still keep watching it?
Yeah, exactly.
You haters, stop interacting with shows you don't like, please.
I don't understand it, really.
Yeah.
Like, why waste time on something you hate?
Exactly. Stop wasting energy on this
masochistic.
Exactly. Go find new things to enjoy. Leave people alone who are still enjoying other things.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm really mad. But like, the really good writing about this confrontation between them was like how I think like this also like came through with their acting too. But they both had their own like inner monologue where like you could kind of like see it, like, even from their eyes, like the emotions they were giving off. Like, Barış obviously thought, like, he was saying what he believed was right and what he actually honestly felt, knowing how sure he was of his own feelings for Dizi and how he felt about their relationship. So he didn't hide like the fact that he felt anger or like how his pride was wounded and all of that, because that's how he felt. And like, he feels comfortable enough with Dizi to open up about those feelings. And like, he knows that they can talk through that. But also it was really nice to see how like what he honestly felt and put out there was actually sort of the stuff that Dizi was really the most scared of hearing. Like, like the anger comment, she had mentioned that the previous episode, like, where there's anger, there's love. Like, that's what she believed. And to hear the first thing that she hears from Barış is that I felt anger, it must have been like alarm bells like going off in her head. Like, it was her biggest fear to hear that, because for her that meant that Barış still had other feelings too, when Barış knows that like his anger has no connection any other feelings for him. So it, like, to me it was really, really cool to see how like the writers did that juxtaposition, and then for them to actually like be a healthy couple and talk it out. And even though we didn't get to see, like, we didn't go into too much detail about what they actually talked after the hug, I would have loved to see that too. Like, I would have loved to see how they explained how they perceived this conflict to each other. But like, I believe that happened and they solved it.
But apparently they had been talking in that scene until we saw them. So
yeah, but like, I don't know, like that whole conflict was set up really nicely and then like resolved really nicely. So I was really very satisfying to watch as a viewer, because we got that emotional payoff that I was talking about yesterday. Like, so many scenes, especially concerning Dijbar, but also like Dizi Kere, which are the two like pivotal relationships in the show. You have the conflict with Dizi's dad and also Dizi's love with Barış. So like, those are the two most important relationships in the show. And I feel like up until now, we had very little emotional payoff in those relationships. There would be like these big things happening, like major shifts in these relationships, but we never saw what came out of those conflicts. And it was always like swept under the rug, and we didn't really talk about those. The characters didn't talk about those.
Yeah.
So all of this stuff felt really unfinished for all of us. Like there's still so much regarding both those relationships where we talk about it and it's like what happened with that? Like, do you remember? Because nothing really did. Nothing came out of it. Like even the conflict with Beren, that turned out to be nothing because she wasn't there to get what she deserved. So like that doesn't matter now anymore. Like even if Barış finds out that like she was behind all of the reveal stuff and everything, it doesn't matter anymore because we didn't get that emotional payoff.
Exactly.
So, it's finally
gone and forgotten now. No, please go on.
No, like to finally have that emotional payoff in such an important scene in such an important relationship. I don't know. I was like completely satisfied with what I like saw on screen.
Exactly.
And to have them like check up on each other, like, are you feeling better now? And like, yeah, are you? Yeah, like that was such a cute moment. And I don't know. Yeah, it was, the whole thing was just perfection.
We are just in love with Dizi. Just like how people say on Twitter, we are their slaves.
Yeah, honestly, step on us.
What I was going to say, oh yeah, actually at first when Dicle like took her hand back, when Barış said like I felt anger when I saw her, I was kind of angry with Dicle because it's like you said, it was an old-fashioned thing to think that if you're feeling anger or any kind of emotion, that means that you love this person. Like, no, really.
No.
Love is not that simple.
Exactly.
Or, I mean, these kind of negative feelings like have their own space. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be in like you're feeling love, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there should be anger and the pride and this and that. No, love can be love itself, just like that. And it doesn't always, it's not that just because you're hating someone it means that you can suddenly fall in love with them, because it's just like just that thin line in between hate and love. No, on the contrary. Life is not that dramatic. Life is not a theater scene.
Exactly. Like honestly, like I'm such a sucker for like the whole enemies to friends to lovers trope.
Yeah.
So like I understand the appeal that like the thin line between hate and love holds for audiences. I get it. Like I fall for it too sometimes. But like even in those couples, like if you really think about it, the hate that's supposed to be there is never actual hate. Like if you actually hate someone, it would be very difficult to fall in love with them. Like that's not something that's like so easily like coexisting.
Exactly.
So I agree with you. I was like, Dicle, honey, we need to get you updated. Like,
exactly. Just like you said, it's not that, I mean, it seems like hate and then turning into love, but it's not really hate what they feel. It's like, I don't know, maybe annoyance, frustration,
animosity. Yeah,
but hate, no. And like I said yesterday, you can be angry with someone for 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Like, it's not that you think about them and get angry every day, but when you see them and you remember what they had done to you in the past, you still get angry, you still get mad, and it's normal. It doesn't mean you want to love them again.
Yeah, like, and it does, like, I feel like especially anger and missing someone don't go hand in hand. Like, no.
I agree. That was a very old-fashioned way of thinking, and I'm glad that Dicle was believing that, but she got out of it. She changed her mind, basically.
Yeah, or at least like even if she didn't like fully change her mind, she could see that like that wasn't the case for Barış. And like, I don't know, I think it's such an like emotionally mature way to look at a relationship or like look at someone else and say, oh, like this is how I feel about this internal thing, but like they don't see it that way. and so like I'm gonna believe them, and like I'll try to see it from their point of view, because they couldn't possibly like intend to hurt me. Like I don't know, like I find they're like both of them believe in their love so much that like wow.
They were so cute. Like okay, British said, like, his last words were like, "Don't ever doubt my love for you," and then he left.
Yeah.
And just like 3 seconds later, he came back knocking on the door. The joke is like their breakup lasted only 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
But really, when I saw him walking out of the door and down the stairs, I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, go back, go back. No, back.
So when thousands of people said the same thing at the same moment, it must have worked its magic, because he just turned around and went back to the door. And it was a really just like you say, raw emotions at play kind of scene with a lot of passion in there. But it's not that kind of a crazy passion where you break everything and you break the door, get in, like
I really love it. It wasn't like a heat of the moment passion, like you said, but it was like a quiet passion, like it was so good. It was so good. And like so much vulnerability in that scene. Like how British looks at her. I said this last night too. I was like, Dizi was like searching for something in like his face when he said like, I love you, like even more than myself. And like, she was like really searching for something. And he was like so bare and like so vulnerable with her at that moment. And like the acting choices, the emotion in their eyes, I will never get over this scene. I'm like that, like, do you know that like it became a meme, that tweet, like, unfollow me now, like this is the only thing I'm going to be talking about for the next like 1,000 years. Like that's me with this scene.
Exactly. Oh my God, it was really like they didn't have to say a lot. They didn't have too many lines to say, but it didn't matter because they were speaking with their eyes.
Yeah.
When are we gonna have that?
Don't. We're manifesting. We're talking about this relationship and this love. We love it so much. Now we're manifesting the same kind of love for us.
Oh yes, we want it. We want it. MJ says this was one of my favorite Dijbar scenes. The writing, acting, and direction were all amazing.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Yeah.
With the mention of direction made me think about The Ring.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Like I think the symbolism with that was really, really very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it was in one of the earlier scenes with at the office with Meral and Dicle. Dicle was talking about like her suspicions, and like there she was like, you can see that it's the same ring and that like she's playing with it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, because a lot of people were confused about the ring, and like at first I was too. I was like, wait, like did we miss something? Did that ring like have significance like for us? But I think it was just like a symbolism thing throughout.
Yeah, exactly.
And how
people were confused because we are usually not used to see this kind of like cinematic symbolism in a TV series, because like I said, TV series are meant to be produced fast and consumed fast. So we don't see that kind of like deep reading, in-depth symbolism like a cinema film. So that maybe that's why they were confused, because we usually see, if there's an item that is important for the characters, we see it directly, like it's in our face.
Exactly. Like, which is like that's why I was like a little confused about the recorder during the interview with İrem and Barış, and I was like, oh, like we saw the recorder, so I think maybe like we'll catch someone on tape or something, like, ooh, like something's gonna happen with that, and then like nothing did, and I was so relieved.
I
was like, ooh, like, is it? We've been conditioned, like you said, to like take those things seriously.
Please continue with the ring, like how the symbolism.
So like she was like, when she was talking about the suspicions, she was like turning the ring around, and then when she came in and sat and Bush like started talking about Iram, then she was also like again playing with it, but this time kind of like trying to take it off a little bit. And then when he says like the anger and my pride was wounded and everything, she gets upset and like the ring is like halfway off. And then like at the breaking point, she just like takes it out and like puts it down because like she can't respond to the like, please don't ever doubt my love line. And then like that's what also like kind of like breaks something for British because she's silent. And then he's like the subtle acting there, like Denizcan was like amazing because like he's looking and then he's like, oh, like he's not like she's not responding. And then that's when he decides and like gets up to leave. Oh, yeah, such a great scene.
Yeah, to give her some space, and we can like clearly see it. We can clearly see how Barış is feeling after this reaction and why he decides to leave. And then why he decides to come back. We can see the machine working in his mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, really, he was really good. He and she, I mean, both of them were really, really good in that scene. Really.
Exceptional acting. Yeah.
Good job, guys. Yeah. Yelda says that scene was so real, which made it so much more touching. And we felt it like we were in that room.
Yeah.
And Farah says the acting is really good. Denizcan and Hasan are really talented. They really are.
Like, so true.
Like we talked about it yesterday. That scene. They probably get the script like one day before or so. Like they don't have that much time to get into that scene or that emotional level of, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But then, they do that scene. They get into the role. They do that scene. It's not an easy job. And this is only the script part. Just like you said, there's also the technical part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I think it's really difficult for actors to like acting like as a discipline. I think is so difficult and like wow, what an art form, honestly. Yeah. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, and what I talked about last night with that scene, like they have to like have these lines memorized, and they obviously like talk to each other about like how to manipulate the emotion in that scene and like how to play it off of each other. And so like they're thinking about that and like what am I receiving from my partner? What am I giving off to my partner? And all of that, the emotional like inner work that they have to do like to get into get in the character and to really reflect their thoughts and feelings through their whole being. Honestly, like you can tell that like the thoughts that are going on in their head is like they're Barış and Dicle, not like Denizcan and Hasan, but it's amazing. And then to top it all off, then you're also in front of the camera and you have to be aware of like, oh, like, did I hit my marker? Am I standing at the, like where I need to be? Because like, am I going to be out of focus? Like, I'm not looking at the, like, again, I said this last night too, but like, obviously they're like, experienced actors. So they're not thinking about like, am I looking into the camera? But like, to be conscious of all of the technical part of the scene that goes on, it's a lot of work and like so much discipline and like again like
work.
Great power that it's so much concentration it takes to be mindful of all of that and still portray this amount of emotion. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, I like to believe that some of that mindfulness comes with it becomes natural after a while.
Yeah. Sure. Especially like the technical part, I'm sure it becomes very like second nature.
Yeah. And we had this little conversation at the door where Barış comes in, throws his jacket, and is like, I'm not letting you go. I'm gonna hug you until you believe it. What did he say exactly?
Yeah, he was like, I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on us. Like I'm not
going away.
Yeah, I'm not leaving until like we hug and like fix this. I'm not leaving until like you stop crying. I have
love
this
you.
memorized now. Wow.
Yeah, and he says, I love you more than anything and everything, even
like,
myself.
Even myself. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow.
Barış Havas is really, really could we say the best male lead in the season, maybe?
Yeah, honestly, like for me, like for all the Turkish shows that I've watched over the years, I think he might take first place. I don't think I've ever like I know I was like this enthusiastic about Kerem Sayar in Güneşi Beklerken. That was also like an amazingly written character, and like Kerem Bürsin played him so well. Like that was one of the other like male characters that I was like, oh my god, like the story, the acting, like this character, I was like, oh, my child.
Exactly. And, I used to love Kerem Sayar so much.
Yeah. He was an OG. But yeah, no, definitely. Like he was one of the iconic characters, and now I think Barış Havas is like right up there for me. Like, yeah. Wow.
He's going up there. He's going up there, including he's definitely in the top, including just like said, Kerem Sayar and also Ömer İplikçi.
Oh my god,
from Kiralık Aşk. Yes. Oh yeah. And after that, like again, one of my favorite things to see, like see them on the couch, hugging and then sitting and laugh. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, me too. Such a natural scene, right?
Exactly.
Like, oh.
and they were, caring for each other, like, how are you? Are you better, etc. And after that, Dicle still had some questions, but she was embarrassed to ask, but she still asked the question, like, what would happen if she was correct? Like, if it was really your mother who sent her away. Yeah. I mean, who was the reason that she went away? And Barış answered it like without taking a breath, like without missing. What was the saying? Missing a breath,
missing a beat.
Missing a beat. Yeah, it was like even if she had zero faults, even if she was right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore because my heart is full now.
Oh. Yeah, that was really great. And also I really like that we got that answer for ourselves earlier in the episode when Iram was like, let me fight for you now and whatever. And he says like, why didn't you fight for me then? So like your love then wasn't true, because if it was true, you would have fought for me, you would have stayed. So that like he's not just saying that to Dicle to like calm her down or like, to like make sure that she doesn't have like any other suspicions anymore. But like that's how he genuinely feels, because he knows that like if it was real love, then she would have fought for him just like Dicle did. Yeah, because like we all know how much bullshit Dicle had to go through with Ayla, and she still stayed. And like I really like that like they also touched upon that too a little bit. And Barış was like, I'm gonna circle back to this conversation.
I'm so glad that he said it. It was really nice to see, because we've been saying this for like, I don't know, for 10 episodes maybe, like Barış should know what Ayla did. Yeah. And finally he hears, I mean, probably he was suspicious that, I mean, not probably, he was, because they had this little fight with his mom in his old house. And he was like, what did you tell Dicle? Like, did you tell her to go away? Exactly. And he knew it, but then he was surprised. He was not surprised, but he didn't believe it. It's okay.
Yeah. But like I said, like I feel like all those things, they were kind of like the screenwriters, the new writers were like, they saw in the comments and they were like, we need to include these in this confrontation and like tie up all these loose ends, but they didn't really remember fully what had happened. Like that line with like Meral saying, "Didn't Bush tell you that you were his first love?" And he didn't. He told Aydın that Dicle was his first love. And technically Dicle doesn't know that. So that like that line was clearly something that they saw like in the comments and then kind of like included to you know, like show us like, hey guys, we hear you. Sort of comment. But yeah,
okay,
like,
we're fine.
Yeah,
we're fine with it.
We're fine with it. As long as you put in there, we're fine with it. No, that was definitely really good. Like to hear them talk about Ayla again. And honestly, for me, like I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, now I'm kind of okay if I don't get to see them actually like talk about what Ayla did again, because it's implied that they will, and like they touched on it, and you know, it's addressed now.
It's okay, exactly. It's addressed, and we don't have the Ayla anymore, so it's not that big of a problem anymore. So yeah.
Hi Ayla. Finally, köyüne döndü.
Finally, she's back in her village.
Yeah.
MJ says Kerem Sayar is back. Where is he? What else? What else did we have after that?
We had the Dicle and İrem confrontation.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And like also Barış said, like, if you are gonna be like uncomfortable, if you're uncomfortable with me playing with İrem, I can give up the movie. And Dizi was like, no. What the? Do you know how much I worked for that?
She was like, I will kill you.
She was right. No, you're not gonna leave the movie. But she was like, okay, I'm not uncomfortable, but I may make someone uncomfortable.
Like I said, like I hope that line is an indicator for like all these like the trailer scene parallels and like the costume room one. Like I want to see all these like new versions of these scenes that we can get on the set with them making them jealous. Like I would love to see it.
Oh yes. Well, she's so jealous. It's almost like she's fuming, especially when they were, you know, about to start the interview with Ece, and Barış was following Dizi with his eyes and sending her a kiss, and İrem was like,
yes. You know, I was like, stay mad.
Exactly. Farah says yes, the writers tried to fix things up after the mess of the 35th and 36th episode. Episodes. Yeah, exactly.
They did. Like honestly,
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I don't want to take away any credit in case they wanted to, like they always intended to resolve this conflict between them in this way with like them not breaking up and stuff. But I do think that they were planning to do this in like maybe the 40th episode. And like in the meantime, Barış was going to keep lying to Dicle, and we were going to see Dicle in like worse situations where she was like made to look the fool. And I don't know, I think like if this kept going any longer, it would have so seriously damaged the Dicle relationship that it would have lost all of its like magic and like the appeal of it. So I'm really glad that they like pulled it back, and you know, and it didn't feel rushed at all, because like this is where it naturally should have happened anyway. So like I hope that's how they intended this all along, and it wasn't going to go on for longer. I find it hard to believe, but I want to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's keep hoping that like there's no more breakups, no more conflicts, no more testing the love in our future, because this love has been tested. It's very true. Let's move on to other relationships now.
It is quality controlled, and it got its badge.
Yes.
Done. Let's not make any more problems for them, please.
Like I said last night, it's been notarized. It's done.
Oh yeah. Like you said, if this thing went on a bit longer in a more cliche way, it would have I would have lost interest. Actually, I lost interest in the last episode. Like, I was so angry after the 35th episode. I didn't want to watch the 36th, and I also didn't want to watch 37th. I first waited to see the reaction on Twitter before I watched it, because really, like, what was the last episode? 36. What was that?
Honestly,
Because yeah,
27 was the episode that shall not be named, but now I think 36 is like
13.
Oh my god. Like, for me, 36 and 27 should never have happened. And like, honestly, like 27 is the reason why we have a 1 rating now. Like 27 should just never have happened. And then 36 kind of like made all of this like new traction that we got go away. Like, we lost so much in the ratings this week that like I hope they see like how it actually affects physically. Like, you see how you have tangible proof. It affects the ratings when you mess this up.
Yeah. I mean, apparently we don't want to see these cliche relationship issues. Like, it's super cliche, and just like you said, it takes away the magic of the couple. Like, we know them to be a different, like, modern, open, they're able to talk about everything, and then we see Barış cannot talk about, like, please, no. What else do we have?
Let me go through my notes.
What Dizi said to Iram was like the way she talked, like, confidently, because she's confident because her boyfriend gave her the like, he made her trust. There is trust in their relationship, which is the most important thing.
Absolutely, it is. Like, that's why I love this relationship, because like, it's, I don't know, there are so many couples on Turkish television where it's like the main trait of the relationship is jealousy. And I think that's such an unhealthy way to look at relationships, because like, if you're that jealous all the time in a relationship, that means you feel very insecure in it, and like, that's not a healthy relationship at all. So it's really nice to see them like have these like before the Iram debacle, like, they had these like little cute, like, teeny tiny jealousy moments, like with the Şeyda Şengör in the 34th episode, like Dicle being like, oh, you know her how? Like, those are cute and real, and like, that's something that happens in every relationship, but to have them differentiate themselves from other couples with like that mutual trust and mutual respect, it's so nice to see.
It is. I'm so glad that we saw it. I'm so glad. It's very important to have that security in a relationship. If you, just like you said, if you're so insecure in a relationship, for both parties, actually, don't be in that relationship, because it's toxic.
Like, what are you then, like, what's the positive thing? What are you getting out of that relationship?
Exactly. But you know how it happens, like, it's you get the toxic high when you have this positive, like, when you have the up moments, you feel so high, and then you go down in the jealousy hole, and you feel so down, but you want to feel the high again. So it's horrible.
It's really bad.
It's horrible. So the way Dicle spoke with Iram, confidently, and she's like, you cannot bother me or my relationship with Barış.
I love how like she phrased it, like, your existence has no impact on me or my relationship with him. I was like, wow. You go off, girl. Like, that was really great.
Probably she had it in her mind,
So I was like, how to hit Iram the hardest with my words.
She scripted and played it whole night, like how to say it better, how to say it more efficiently. And we saw it was efficient because Iram was not able to say anything else.
Yeah. I was honestly like, I kind of wanted to see that scene go
Yeah,
a little bit long, not too much longer, but like a little bit longer to see how she reacts to it.
yeah, me too.
Because she's just silent that whole scene, which kind of scares me a little bit, but you know.
I'm just hoping that we won't see Jada and Iram collaboration. Like I just don't want to see them together
Yeah, same.
collaborating against, like plotting against Dizi. I don't want to see it, but
yeah.
who
Honestly,
knows?
let's just not put women against women on screen anymore.
Yeah,
That's another
exactly.
to have too. Like, let's stop with that. And also, like, if we have to have these two women against each other, I don't know, like, can't we have Iran be like respectful of this decision and like, I don't know, maybe at first she could like try to sabotage the film to make Dijla look bad, maybe, but like eventually give up and like just focus on her work and like
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
Like I just want this to be like a done thing. We spent too much time and energy on this conflict already. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Peju says, I think Barish's silence gave Iram the power, and now that Dicle knows her power was taken, and she didn't know how to respond.
I love this. I love
Mm-hmm.
this. Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Exactly, of course.
Yeah, like British kind of having to stay silent because of her was actually like thinking, like making Iram think that, oh, like he's not saying anything, so that relationship is not as strong as it looks, or like, you know, like that's the vibe that she got probably. And so now she knows that they talked, and like it was British who talked to Dijla about it, and like and they moved past it too. Like not only Dijla knows, but
they also resolved it. Yeah.
So
exactly.
Like, because now she has like no more like hands to play. Like she has no power left, technically.
Yeah, exactly. Because especially when they first came together at the audition, and you know, she kissed him inadvertently. It was so ridiculous. Oh my god! It was wait. Harassment. How do you say harassment? Exactly. It was sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because Barish is a man, so we don't like people. He cannot talk about it. He cannot be open and out about it. But it was harassment anyway. Yeah. So and she was still like, "Oh, I missed it so much," you know. She was thinking that she had an effect on him.
Yeah.
And now she sees that she doesn't.
Exactly. And like that's the thing, that's what made me really mad back then, with Barish still choosing to stay silent.
Yeah.
Because like not only did she kiss you, but she's literally like, "Ooh, I missed it." Like she's actively trying something here, and you're still not talking to this. I was so mad.
Yeah.
This making up, this resolving of this conflict was done so well that like, I'm fully back on track.
I agree. Farah says Jada wants to give the photos of Barish and Iram to the media to promote the movie. What do you think about it? Oh yeah. Well, okay. We know that Jada. We know Jada's mindset. Okay, mm-hmm. In her mentality, it is okay because she thinks, okay, any kind of publicity is publicity, mm-hmm. and she only thinks about how much money the movie makes. So in her mind, giving the photos to media and making people talk about the movie and the couples in the movie and the partners, whatever, mm-hmm. It's fine. Yeah. What I don't understand is why she wants to hurt Dicle with it.
Yeah, that part, honestly, that doesn't really track for me either. Other than, again, like I said, like, I guess maybe she's like, oh, like if they're just unhappy in her personal life,
yeah,
that'll affect her work and like it'll be easier to like get rid of her. That's the only like kind of like solid thought process I can figure out. But like that part's confusing to me too. For the photos, I think that there might be how did I explain this last night? Like how, you know how she was like, oh, like we should have the other movie Oh no, sorry, it was still this movie, but like back in the 32nd or 33rd episode, let's have the movie be set abroad, like at Belgrade, and like anything, like if it's done abroad, it's just automatically going to be a better movie. But like to someone who knows show business and like who knows the film business, that's not true, because like sometimes if you do something with a script that the script doesn't really require, that doesn't necessarily elevate it, but sometimes it becomes a whole mess. So
Yeah.
I think it kind of like reflects on the fact that Jada doesn't really know this business.
Yeah.
Even though she's like acting all high and mighty and like as like she knows everyone and everything about it.
Yeah.
I think this might turn out to be another thing that she might be mistaken about. Maybe she's gonna release these photos to the media, and it's gonna make a big like scandal or like whatever. It's gonna make a big splash.
Yeah.
But it's actually going to affect the how the movie does really badly, and so maybe eventually like it'll be Jada's fault that the movie tanks or whatever, like or if something goes wrong in the movie, it'll ultimately be her fault because she doesn't really actually understand how the business works yet.
Yeah. Well, like Phyllis said when she first came, she doesn't know this, and she's too harsh and too brash, baby, in her moves. So it's gonna eventually become a mess for the agency. That's what she said. And we might see that, but honestly, I really don't want to see Buddy suffer for this.
Yeah,
because we were made to believe that his whole career like is on the edge, tethering on the edge, and depending on this movie. So
yeah, like this was supposed to be like his comeback, and
yeah,
I don't know, like that's the thing with like having new writers is I can't really fully trust that like that's what's still happening with the storyline, because I'm not sure how much of the previous storylines they have watched or like read through or like have been told about. So I don't know if we're ever gonna touch back on the case that's still going on with British putting Ömer over the balcony. Like there's still technically like a court case going on with that, and like I'm fine with that specific storyline being dropped. That's all fine with me. I don't want to see British go to jail or
please
have to deal with all of that. But I don't know. Like that's still a plot hole. Like I'm a fan, so I'm fine not seeing that. But like if I was someone just watching through the whole show, I would be like, what happened with that? Just like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. Did you finish?
Just like that. I don't know if we're still on board with the comeback storyline, because now all of a sudden British is like in the good eye of the public. Right?
Yeah. I was just gonna say that, like 2 weeks ago, Barish was in pieces and everyone was hating on him, and this and that. His career was deep, like at the lowest point, and now there are people stopping him in the street. And when he's not even looking at people, he's looking at the sea, and people still see him and come to him and take his photos. So maybe we're not still on that.
Yeah, so
it's possible. It might be possible. Yeah.
I still really hope we get to have Dijbar at the premiere, though. That's an aesthetic I want to get for them.
Yeah. That would have been nice. And making Iran jealous.
Yes. Yes.
But that would mean, because like she said yesterday, shooting a movie takes at least 8 weeks. So really, I don't want to see at least 7-8 episodes of Iran anymore. Really.
Same. Honestly, the only way I could be fine with it at this point is if we got 2 minutes of screen time for Iran per episode, and those were just her coming out of her trailer and going back into her trailer. That's the extent of Iran I'm fine with at this point.
Without a line to say, without talking, just looking at Barish and then going back to her trailer.
We've had enough of you, ma'am. You can go now.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we covered everything in the episode. No, is there anything we didn't talk about?
I think, like, we touched on Aymar and Dijbar and Arzu and Çınar. Like, that's the
Yeah.
we both like.
We also didn't talk about Tuğrul.
Oh yeah, that's true. What do you guys think about Tuğrul? Please put it in the comments.
Arzu and Çınar are, they became a couple in this episode after the kiss in the elevator. It was so cute because Arzu was like up in here.
Yeah, I was like, are you gonna kiss me? That was so funny.
But Çınar has always been so passive, and he's not the kind in everything, exactly, in work and love and in his family life, everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arzu on the other hand is so like pushing.
Yeah,
so,
she gets it done.
So of course it was going to be her who would push him to kiss her.
Yeah,
and it was so cute. It's like, if you're not gonna kiss now, then let's just leave.
That was very cute.
Yeah, cute, very cute, and she's becoming an actress as well. Like,
yeah, that's the one thing about the Arzu and Çınar relationship that I'm like on the fence about, is it's the exact same as the Jülden Çınar relationship. So far. Like the same dynamic at least. So I hope there's like they write some stuff that sets them apart, and we get some character development or like character growth or any kind of character at all for Çınar would be nice, because Fatih Akman is such a great actor, and I don't know, it's really, he's amazing, like so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
I would love to see him like have more of a storyline than like, I don't know, making jokes at Emrah.
But he was amazing in this episode with all of his like actors and actresses on the phone and everything, and then kidnapping his actor with the motorcycle when his wife was like, "Get back here! You cannot, ride a motorcycle. Are you gonna leave me alone?" Like, do you have to be so dramatic? Just let the guy do his job.
She was so scared.
Oh my god. And finally she gave birth and effectively stopped the guy from working.
Yeah.
Good job, really, lady. If he doesn't work, what are you gonna eat?
This was the most Turkish comment I ever heard from you, including the Turkish live streams.
But it is true.
That's so funny.
There was Arzu bringing baklava to Çınar from the set. Actually stealing baklava
from the set. I really liked the homeless theory that you had last night.
Yeah.
I would like to share with the class.
Yeah, well, so first we saw Arzu trying to pass the metro without money, without paying, and then we saw her like sitting, almost sleeping in the street, waiting for Çınar, and then she just jumped onto Çınar's suggestion to live together on the first day, to stay in his house. Maybe Arzu is homeless, so
she has like something else going on. Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Like, it was a bit too quick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see Çınar happy, but I think you might be onto something there. I think there might be more than we see.
I don't know. We will see.
We'll see.
Farah says it looked more real than the Jülide and Çınar relationship.
Yeah.
And Göksu says Çınar felt very comfortable in the baklava scene. Yeah, he was cute. Yeah,
he was really cute.
He was happy that she was paying him so much attention, because she gives him a lot of attention.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And about Tuğrul, Farah thinks he is funny.
Yeah.
He is funny. I mean,
He is
especially
really
the reactions to Tuğrul
Yeah.
are really funny. Reactions from Gülin and Emrah.
Yeah.
And also Ceyda.
Yes, also Ceyda. At one point, Dicle was like, when she comes in to talk to Gülin, and Tuğrul's there and like saying something, she turns to Gülin and is like, "Ne diyor bu?" She's like, what's he saying? Like, what's he talking about? Like,
who is this person? Like, yeah, it was so funny. Like, they picked up his stuff and put it in a plastic bag. Just throw it out at the door. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we talked about, like the noodle scene. The noodle scene was funny, and especially like the comments Gülin made afterwards were really funny. But like the physical comedy part of it, like with the noodle, like Emrah throwing the noodle at his head, that part didn't really feel to me like it belonged to our show.
Yeah,
because it feels like a little bit more like slapstick humor, like we do, I guess, like we, of course we could have physical comedy, but that sort of made it feel a little bit more like childish or like a little bit cringy, which I don't like. I like the witty banter comedy that we have going on a lot more.
Yeah, I agree.
Those parts are really funny.
It was a bit of a sitcom kind of a move.
Yeah, that's
true. Apart from that, all of their witty comments and Emrah, immediately giving him, like slapping him with an answer to his nerdy comments.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Like, they're so funny, really. I'm loving that whole assistance relationship. And now that Meral is there, and we know that Meral is not the one to hold back, so we're gonna have some more. Yeah. Also, there was some jokes, like when he threw the noodle at his head, he made a word pun, like word play with a
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But exactly, if you don't know Turkish, then it's not. It cannot be translated. So
yeah. That's true.
But yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
Overall, like I guess, like overall, like this episode was just I don't know, like the humor was there, the references were there, the agency scenes like had such a great tempo and like moved along at a really nice pace, and I don't know, like the I guess like we didn't really touch on the Dizi Kere Dizi scenes, like him lying. Did we talk about it?
We did
last night. Okay.
Yeah,
like that whole part was like interesting developments, and then obviously Dijbar was just perfect.
Yes.
And, we had
finally
like everything. We had action, adventure, humor, romance. It's such a great show.
So many guests.
Yes, so many guests, and we have so many more coming next week apparently.
Yeah. We have the couple from the new romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Bir Adam Asıl, yeah. And Ayça Ayşin, Turan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yes,
we'll see.
I'm really excited to see.
Not this week, but the week after, obviously, because this is a holiday. Starting from tomorrow, it's a holiday, religious holiday. Well, okay then. I think that's all for this week. It was an epic episode. We are so happy to finally have this kind of episodes that we always say, like, it should have been Uğraş writing this writing Menajerimi Ara from the beginning. So yeah.
It was so good. So good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching us for 2 hours and for all your comments. It was so good to be talking. Yeah, it was so good to be talking with you about this, and hope to see you in our next broadcast.
Yes, please subscribe, like, leave your comments below. We love all of you.
Please.
Bye.
Well, have a nice evening. Bye-bye.